Hey everybody, me here. Today I thought I would do a video ranking all of the Beatles Beatles albums, from my least favorite to my favorite. And remember, this is just my personal opinion. So yeah, let's go. All right, so my least favorite Beatles album is "Let It Be," and I know a lot of people think the least is "Yellow Submarine," but honestly, I just think "Let It Be" is the worst. And the reason why is because I just feel like the Beatles weren't really making really good music. I mean, it was still good. Like, there's Dig It Ponies on here, Dig It, Let It Be, One After 909, Get Back, some of the good ones on here, but it just wasn't as good as some of the other ones. So that's why I have to have it on as my least favorite Beatles album. My second least favorite is probably everyone's least favorite. It's probably Yellow Submarine. Nothing new on here. That's pretty much the main reason why I don't like it that much. There are a couple good songs in here though. Like, only good song I really like on here, they really is "Yellow Submarine," "All You Need Is Love," and then "Hey Bulldog's" alright. That's pretty much all the good songs in there. Alright, now here's where it gets kind of hard to rank, because this is when it gets really good. But I say my least favorite, not actually favorite, is probably with the Beatles. Just because they're still getting started. But don't get me wrong, it's a really good album. Won't Be Long, All My Loving, Don't Bother Me, Till There Was You, Please Mr. Postman, Hold Me Tight, Rover Beethoven is on here. So, pretty good album, just not my favorite. Next would probably have to be yeah. Next probably have to be Beatles for Sale. Love this album, actually, really do, but it's just probably my second least. Not my second least. The next one on my list. There are a lot of good songs here though. I feel like this is the album where Beatlemania really, well, actually, maybe second album when Beatlemania really started going. But No Reply is on here. Babies in Black, Mr. Moonlight, 8 Days a Week, Every Little Thing, and What You're Doing is on here. So, pretty good album. Next album is probably this one, the debut album, Please Please Me. Great start to the Beatles. It really was. But just it's actually the first Beatles album I ever got. But good songs are "I Saw Her Standing There," "Anna," "Please Please Me," "Love Me Do," "P.S. I Love You," "Baby It's You," "Do You Want to Know a Secret," "Twist and Shout" are some of my favorites on there. Next one is probably going to be Magical Mystery Tour. I feel like they tried so hard to make this another Sgt. Pepper. And in some ways they succeeded with that, but some ways they didn't. But good songs on here: Magical Mystery Tour, Blue Jay Way, I Am the Walrus. Second side is just like, the first side's not that good. Like, other than the 3 songs I mentioned, second side is amazing on this album. You got Hello Goodbye, Strawberry Fields, Penny Lane, All You Need Is Love. I mean, second side's amazing. Alright, next album, I would honestly probably say it's I say Help is next. This is where it gets really good. The albums, I think, get really insanely good. Really good album. Of course, the movie. It was made for the movie. You got Help, You got to Hide Your Love Away, I Need You, You're Gonna Lose That Girl, Ticket to Ride. And on side 2, you got Yesterday, Act Naturally is alright, and It's Only Love's on here too, which is pretty good. Next is, I would have to honestly say, is the first movie, A Hard Day's Night. Great album. I do believe this barely beats Help. Sometimes I switch between this and Help, but I believe this barely beats Help. This album has, of course, A Hard Day's Night, I Should Have Known Better, If I Fell, Happy Just Dance For You, and I Love Her, Can't Buy Me Love, I'll Cry Instead, You Can't Do That. There's some of the great songs on there. Next, we got the top 5 Beatles albums now. Number 5, I will honestly have to say is probably I say Rubber Soul's number 5 for me. Really good album. But it's just number 5 for me. But songs in here is Drive My Car, Norwegian Wood, You Won't See Me, Nowhere Man, What Goes On, Girl, In My Life, If I Needed Someone. So pretty good album. Then, number 4, say we got the White Album. Would be number 4 for me. Bunch of good songs on here. This is one of the weirder Beatles albums, I think. But songs in here I say are really good are Back in the USSR, Dear Prudence, Glass Onion, Oola Dee Oola Da, Gently Weeps, So Tired, I Will, and then on the side 2, or disc 2 for me, Birthday, Your Blues, Revolution, and Good Night. There are some like good songs on there. Alright. Coming in number 3 is Abbey Road. Abbey Road is really good. I really didn't understand how good this album was until the first time I listened to it all the way through about a year or 2 ago. Really good album. My favorites on here are Come Together, Something, Oh Darling, I Want You, Octopus Garden, Here Comes the Sun was alright, You Never Give Me Your Money, Me and Mr. Mustard, Puffing Pan, and The End and Carry That Weight are pretty good. Alright. Now, these are the last 2. And if you know, my favorite is obviously not Revolver. But it is really good. And it is my second favorite Beatles album. This is the album that really started the psychedelic rock for the Beatles, which led to Sgt. Pepper's and Magical Mystery Tour and White Album and all that. But on here we got Taxman, Eleanor Rigby, I'm Only Sleeping, Here, There, and Everywhere, Yellow Submarine, She Said, For No One, I Wanted to Tell You, Got to Get You in My Life, and Tomorrow Never Knows are my favorites on there. So, only like 4 songs that I'm like, okay on in that whole entire album. My favorite album, and this should be everybody's favorite, honestly, is Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. This is the best Beatles album there is. I don't care what anyone says. Some people may argue, say White Album. Some people may argue, say Revolver. Some may even say Rubber Soul. Some may say Abbey Road, but no. This is the best Beatles album. I don't care what anyone says. This is the best Beatles album. If you haven't listened to this album and you're not a big Beatles fan, listen to this. This is the best Beatles album, I swear. Good songs on here are Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, Lovely Rita, Little Help from My Friends, Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, Fixing a Hole. I mean, I can honestly go on. This album was just really, really good. Benefit Mr. Kite. I mean, this song is just, it's the best Beatles album. That's all I gotta say. So yeah, that's my ranking of all the Beatles albums. So yeah, hope you like it. Bye.